Our recovery stand at 93.1%. Of those who died, DOH figures stand at 730. But as I told you, here in the province of Cebu, we double-check. Where do we check? The death certificate. The death certificate, you cannot lie there. You actually have to put the real cause of death. And in the province of Cebu, of the 730 deaths, 533 are incidental findings. What does this mean? This already includes those that died because of a motorcycle accident, those that died because they had a sudden heart attack, that died of diabetes, died of other causes, and yet, even after death, they are swabbed. Even though there is supposed to be no post-mortem swabbing, they are still swabbed and found positive and automatically registered with the DOH figures as COVID deaths. Well, we all know how huge the sums are for COVID cases in terms of PhilHealth payments. As high as 750,000 for critical COVID, 400,000 for mild to severe, 160,000 for COVID suspect. Do you know how much the PhilHealth reimburses for another disease that is just as infectious? It is also airborne, and it can take you 3 to 6 months to recover. It does the same damage to your lungs. Do you know how much PhilHealth pays for this disease? Which, by the way, I'm referring to tuberculosis. PhilHealth pays only 4,000 pesos. So there is no incentive for other diseases. It is COVID-19 that is highly incentivized. But we insist in the province of Cebu that we report as accurately as possible. And that is why, of the 730 deaths, only 184 are confirmed COVID. This 184 corresponds to a low 1.2% fatality rate. I understand that there were attempts yesterday in our meeting in Malacanang to present some figures trying to prove with their figures that we have a high fatality rate in the province of Cebu. However, somebody else pointed out, look, you are not presenting the province of Cebu. The province is different from another city. And so they were unable to present it. Well, here, I shall present the actual status of the province of Cebu. I know that some of those whom we met yesterday were trying to claim that we had a much higher fatality rate than the national average of 1.7. Well, each and every death in the province of Cebu, all 730 of them, we have their names. And we have looked into each of their death certificates. Because, you know, we do validate our figures here in the province of Cebu. And so when I say that of the 730, only 184 in fact have been confirmed COVID deaths, I say that with great certainty because we have our evidence. What is 184? In comparison to the total number of cases logged in the province of Cebu since 2020. 184 as compared to a total of over 15,000 cases in the province of Cebu reckoned from March of 2020. 184 corresponds to 1.2%. 1.2%. Please take note. You may contest that. You may debate with that. We are more than willing to show you our evidence and our methodology at arriving in this number. Arriving at this number. So, you are welcome to challenge that. But unless you can, with your own verified, validated figures, then this stands. This is 1.2% of the total cases. So, from January 1 to in 2020, we had a total of 6,982. From January 1 to May 30, 8,689, or a total of 15,671 cases. Total number of deaths at 730, and recovery stand at 14,586. You want to see the graph? Since our first case logged sometime in April, on a weekly basis, these are the number of cases that we got, or positive tests that we got on a weekly basis since 2020. From April 26 to April 31st of 2020, we had 3. It went up to 28, went down to 12, went up to 18, until we reached a peak in 2020, from June 29 to July 5, on July 6 to July 11, we reached a peak at 499. And then steadily, it went down. There's a sudden spike, and then it goes down. The lowest that we logged was in 2020, December 20, in the week December 20 to December 26, where we got only 21 positive cases for that week. Thereafter, again, the cases started to rise, and we peaked at 735 sometime February 28 to March 6 in 2021. And then we again started to decline in the number of cases, where as of May 30, in the week of May 30 alone, we have 24 cases. What am I trying to say here? This is the nature of the disease. It goes up, it goes down, goes up and goes down. But it shouldn't mean that every time there is a spike or a surge, we immediately lock down. Because lockdowns don't work. They just aggravate the situation. And at this point in time, after more than a year, further lockdowns will just further devastate an already devastated economy. And who are going to suffer most? Not those that make their hypotheses and come up with their figures in the clinic. Clinicians who now hold power over people's lives with policies that they just come up looking at figures. It is actual people. It's the people who suffer. Because every number that you log or you try to analyze in terms of what? In terms of increase or decrease, each number corresponds to a person. A person who can suffer if policies are not tempered by our sense of humanity and our sense of reality. Because